Good evening, party people, and welcome back to the Bar with an X. It's officially time for cocktails. It's cocktail time again. After like a 3-month-long hiatus, I went through everything on Monday. If you're wondering what the heck we're doing back, just go back. We were just over this. I promise you that. Tonight we actually get to the meat of the issue, the meat of everything, where I say that we do cocktails. I'm a little rusty on this whole streaming thing. The theme for tonight, and at least a couple of other bar streams going forward, is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door was a game that came out for the GameCube way back when, a game that I have a very fun history with. I played it at least once, at least twice, maybe even 3 times, and the third time may or may not be being broadcast on Twitch and YouTube as of right now. I'm currently going through a playthrough of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, and I think I'm about halfway through this main storyline or something, and I had a thought. And that thought was, man, I love video games, and man, I like cocktails. How about combine the two together and make something beautifully wonderful out of something seemingly, you know, I guess more virtual, make it physical. I'm not the first person to come up with this idea. There are many creators out there who create video game themed cocktails, and I want to add myself to the list of folks who make their own cocktail libations inspired by the video games that touched our hearts once upon a time and that'll touch our hearts going forward. That's at least the idea behind it. I see a couple of people in chat right now. I see Robin, I see Anna's, and I see Lorelei saying hello from beyond the camera angle, because y'all are out there and I'm right here behind the bar. Lorelei says, should I watch from the YouTubes? Y'all can watch on any platform you want to. The idea is eventually we'll get to all of them. I forgot that I have a click live for Facebook button, and I was playing around with the notifications the other day, but the idea of people's like actual names and stuff showing up on like Streamlabs notification just felt a little odd. So I turned that off for now. I will do a little bit of experimenting. If people are out there on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, we'll get there eventually. Instagram is weird. TikTok you need 1,000 followers on, and we're working on it. So without further ado, I want to get into our first cocktail of the evening. All of these cocktails this evening, by the way, are all of my own creation, inspired from various different places on the internet, but more or less all things that are brainchilds of my own creation. And the first cocktail that we're going to do this evening is one called the Paper Mario, and it's essentially a riff on the paper plane. The paper plane is a cocktail that usually uses equal parts of bourbon, Amaro Nonino, Aperol, and lemon juice. You usually shake that, and then you pour it into a coupe glass, and you garnish it with any number of things. If you're a sweet kind of person, you can put a cherry in that. If you're a little citrusy or sour, you can express a lemon peel over top of it and garnish with that. And if you don't want an edible garnish, or if there's a way to make it otherwise, you can put a little paper plane on top of it, like one of those little tiny little things. And that got me thinking, well, paper plane, Paper Mario, you can turn into an airplane, and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. This seems to make sense, right? So we made a little riff, and I will explain that. I will walk you through exactly how to make the cocktail. We'll as opposed to what we usually do in the past, we'll take a fancy little picture of it. I'll kind of walk you through. I'm trying to work on cocktail photography and cocktail presentation and stuff. So if you'll join me on that journey of trying to, you know, increase my own skills and just become more familiar with that, I'll be happy to have you along for the ride. I see MK Bryce popping in, says, sounds yummy, and Lorelei saying, even a cherry could suit our red plumber. Exactly. So a little bit of history behind where I came up with this idea for the Paper Mario based off of a paper plane. A paper plane was that recipe that I had just described to you. A Paper Mario is a variation on the paper plane. Instead of using bourbon, which is usually an American type spirit, we swapped out the American bourbon with a Japanese whiskey, specifically a Suntory whiskey, because that's like the main like Japanese whiskey that I can get my hands on over here. It's a little bit more vegetal for my particular palate. It's got a different color. It's not as potent on those really dark brown colors. At least in this case, it's a nice little yellowy type thing. And it is Japanese, at least according to the label on the bottle. Now, another part of the Paper Mario that's different than the paper plane is that instead of using after we swap out the Japanese whiskey, we add another ingredient to it that is also of Italian origin. In case you're not already aware, Amaro Nonino comes from Italy, Aperol comes from Italy and is also used in the famous Aperol spritz of Italian origin, and lemons, I believe, are found in Italy. I've never actually, or actually I have been to Italy before, and I didn't see any lemons there, but I believe they're popular enough and can be grown in Italy. So I'll count that as Italian. But I figured, why not add something else more Italian to it? We have an Italian plumber created by a Japanese video game company. We have to add something else in there. So what we do in addition is we're going to rinse the glass with some Fernet-Branca. Fernet-Branca was made by, I think his name was like Michael something or whatever, or maybe it even says in the back, Fratelli Branca of Italian origin. So you've got all more or less Italian ingredients all being combined together. And I'd like to apologize in advance. I completely forgot to go to the store to grab lemon juice, so I'm just gonna use the stuff that I have in my fridge over here, but we'll get past it, I promise. I also should have got limes too, but I forgot to. MIA's favorite cocktail, says MK Bryce. One may never know. So anyways, let's get started with creating a Paper Mario. What you're gonna need is some Japanese whiskey, you're gonna need some Aperol, you're gonna need some Amaro Nonino, and you're gonna use some Fernet-Branca. The Fernet-Branca is going to be used first when we rinse the glass. Let me go down here and grab my Amaro Nonino. We'll go things here. Now, just because I am prone to getting distracted and into flow states, what I'm going to do for the purpose of creating the cocktail is I'm just going to turn off chat for a little bit. I can still see everything you guys send me, and if there's anything in particular that pops up in the meantime, we'll respond to it after the fact. If you're more of a lurker and you're not much one for chatting, this is the time to just sit back and enjoy. We're going to make a cocktail. So let's get things started. We have, I have a coupe glass currently chilling in our freezer over here. You can chill it. You cannot. It seems to be common practice to chill coupe glasses, and it seems that there are some people out there who would kind of see you as lower if you don't chill your coupe. At least in one case, I think the account's name is Thirsty Whale. The Thirsty Whale says, "Don't be a poop, freeze your coupe." So I'm freezing my coupe, but it's not really frozen either. It's only been in there for just a little bit of time. But what we're gonna do is we're going to rinse that glass with some Fernet-Branca first. And I guess technically if we're rinsing it, it doesn't really do too much to it because it's just going to take that kind of frosting effect that we have and change things up a little bit. So actually what I'll do is I'll take the cocktail angle over here and try to see if I can get a nice angle of actually building the cocktail as we proceed. I see Lorelei sharing that lemons are native to Asia according to Wikipedia. There we go. But they entered southern Italy. Thank you, Rome. Thank you, Rome. Let's switch over to the cocktail angle. See how things go from here. Hi there, everybody. Oh, it seems that my thing is not working. I have to actually unlock my phone. Look at that. Lo and behold. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, that's the wrong password. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Now it's working. Right? There we go. You can see my finger now! And isn't that excellent? All right, let's try to get a view of all of our cocktail ingredients. Or at least I'll try to. A little bit, boop. In the other direction. There we go. Let's see how that goes. I have to actually, let me bring my preview a little bit closer to me because I can't see anything. Here we go. Hello there. Hello there. Now I can actually see things properly. Here we go. All right, let's get things all situated. I see that as I whack things around. This is something that I'm getting used to. So, this is all a part of the process. That a little more. I want it to be nice and flat. That's just how it's gonna be. Over here. There we go. It's still kind of wacky. That's okay. We have to rinse this thing first. So the first thing we'll do is we'll rinse our glass with Fernet-Branca. Quite simply, we're gonna take a little bit of Fernet-Branca and we're gonna pop it inside of the glass and we're just gonna rinse it. I'm just gonna kind of spin the glass around a little bit to get a nice layer of this on the inside. And I'll try to do my best to coat every surface, every part of the inside of this glass, trying careful not to spill anything. And then after this, we get to the fun part of actually shaking things and pouring it into the glass. So what this rinse is going to do is it's going to impart just a touch of that Fernet-Branca flavor, which is a bitter mint from my point of view. When I was workshopping this cocktail a bit, I found that literally any amount of Fernet that wasn't a rinse and a very thin layer was something that was just, it was just a flavor that was way too much. And I did not like that. So now that we have our glass rinsed, we're gonna add we're gonna grab ourselves a shaker. I'll put this off to the side and we'll do this thing. Grab ourselves a shaker glass. Gonna grab ourselves some ice cubes. Let me bring this angle up a little bit. Everything looks kind of awkward. It's fine. Getting used to things. Let's do that. I feel like maybe I need to move farther away angle. If things look kind of weird, we've always got the main angle right there. There we go. Let's grab some ice. Nice. I like to do one big cube and a couple of little cubes. That's my favorite way of doing things. And now that I don't have a glass in my freezer anymore, things will go a lot easier. Great. And that. So like I had mentioned previously, paper planes are done in equal parts. Paper Marios are also done in equal parts. We're going to use as our base 3/4 of an ounce, or about 22 milliliters of our Japanese whiskey, our Aperol, our Amaro Nonino, and our lemon juice. So first, we'll go for some Japanese whiskey. There we go. And we'll add these to our glass that I have in the back. Does that look okay? That looks all right. I like the way that looks. Everything's a little tilted. This way? Ooh, I think that looks better. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I get really insecure about it. So here we are. 3/4 of an ounce of Japanese whiskey, our Suntory in this case. 3/4 of an ounce of Aperol. Aperol is a bitter orange liqueur on the sweeter side compared to Campari. Compared to Campari. That's just how it be. We also need 3/4 of an ounce of Amaro Nonino. To me, Amaro Nonino kind of tastes a little grapefruity, but it's also an Amaro, so it's a little bitter as well. And then 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. I'm gonna go grab that from my fridge. We're trying to be a little more conscious of how much waste we put into the world. And it's Thanksgiving Eve, so I didn't want to go through the... it would be too much trouble to have to go through and try to preserve all the lemons and stuff. They would just wind up in the trash. Then we're trying to be responsible here. Let me give this lemon juice a shake a little bit, because this thing gets a little wild in there. And I guess I like my lemon juice a little frothy. This is something I'm trying to get used to, the fact that there's one camera looking at my torso, and there's one camera looking at my face. There, we got our lemon juice in there. Everything is all in there. Whoops, sorry microphones. Anybody with ears, I apologize for that. Anybody without ears that can still hear, I still apologize for that. For anybody celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving's Eve. So that now that we've got equal parts of our Aperol, lemon juice, Japanese whiskey, and Amaro Nonino, we're gonna combine liquids into solids, give that a spank, and then shake. All right, so everything has been shaken. Our glass has been rinsed. There's a little bit of Fernet still in there. But what we have to plan for now is the garnish of the cocktail. How are we gonna garnish a Paper Mario? Well, obviously, we're gonna put a little Paper Mario paper plane in there. I have these little templates printed out. I made these myself. And we're gonna cut one of these out, make a little airplane, and adhere it to the glass itself. So, this is the part where we get a little paper crafty. It's Paper Mario. Yeah, of course there's gonna be paper here. I'm gonna try my best not to get things all, like, wet and stuff. So to cut out these little squares. So this paper plane, this paper airplane, is actually utilizing the same folding technique that they use in the game. There's an animation when Mario actually transforms into the paper airplane mode, plane mode, as I believe it's called. And these folded into a very particular type of paper airplane. What is that type of paper airplane? I literally have no idea. I'm not a paper plane buff, but if anybody else can identify it, afterwards, everything will go up into a cocktail blog. Things will be put onto the cocktail blog website. It's a website that we have now. And I'll include the animation. And I'll include a folding diagram. And if you happen to know what kind of proper paper airplane this is, please educate the rest of us, because we would greatly appreciate it. All right, let me bring this angle. Actually, I can do it right here. So what we're gonna do to create our Paper Mario paper airplane is we're going to first spin them around because that's what he does in the game. We're gonna fold from the bottom up about a third of the way. You can see he's kind of lost one of his boots and stuff. Then, what are we gonna do? Then we're gonna go from the back, and we're going to fold upward 2 triangles, not all the way up, just about to try to reach the middle. If you have a little trouble with this, you can take the paper, fold it in half, not all the way, don't crease it or anything, and then you'll give yourself a nice guide for where those triangles are supposed to go. Just about right there. It's almost in line with Mario's pupils. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Now, I'd like to note that for any cocktail aficionados out there, you know that because the cocktail is currently sitting in the glass, it's kind of diluting all weird like. That's just how it'd be. I'm aware of what I'm doing here. So now we've got, front looks a little bit like a chevron or something like that, and he's folded a bit like this. We're gonna fold one more time, this time all the way over, so that it's in line with the center. We'll do the same thing over there. The idea is we're gonna take this edge, which is slanted, and now we're gonna try to make that vertical. And they should coincide pretty well with each other. Now I've got Paper Mario with a couple of little things up on top. Now what we'll do is we'll fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it the easy way, and then we'll just kind of flare out those 2 wings. There's 1, and there's 2. And that's our little Paper Mario. Now, oddly enough, this particular folding method of a paper airplane gives a little flange that you can use to perch upon your glass. It kind of stays there pretty well. There we go. Wasn't that fancy? All right, let's do that. Let me pop the angle down just a tad. And we got a nice view of our glass that has been nicely prepared with a little Mario on top. I'll just agitate this just a little bit more. Separate. And then we'll strain out over top. Now again, if you happen to be a citrus aficionado, you could do, if you had some fresh lemon or orange or anything, you could peel off a little piece of that and express those oils up on top. I'm not gonna do that this time, but I forgot to buy citrus. Let's just say I intentionally did not buy citrus. And that's how you make a Paper Mario. Let's bring chat back for a bit. How's everybody doing? How was that? I hope you didn't feel like you were gone for too long. I see Garrett popping in. I saw Lorelai making a couple of statements. Cat food can, turkey, and papakura. What is a papakura? I don't know what that means. It might be known as a delta plane. Delta plane. Feels appropriate. A delta plane. I like that. This is our Paper Mario. Let's give that a taste, shall we? Ooh, I like that. It's got a nice bitter smell to it from that Fernet. It's got a nice, like, orangey note to it. There's a piece it's that bitter orange from the Aperol. There is that there's that sweetness. There's that sourness that's balanced out quite well. And there's this hint of mint that you get, like, kind of on the back of your tongue. There's a little bit of that minty airiness, and there's also a bit of that bitterness coming from the Fernet-Branca as well. I don't find that Amaro Nonino or Aperol is particularly bitter. Now, I'm more of a Campari guy, so that's what I have things to compare to, but Fernet does have a very noticeable bitterness. That bitterness was so noticeable that the only way that I felt like I could put everything in here was to add just a touch of Fernet, which is why we rinsed the glass with it. And I'm trying to remember where I was inspired to do the Fernet rinse. I found it somewhere, and I don't know where it was, but I was like, that's perfect. It's an Italian Amaro. What I wanted to do with this originally was make it very, very Amaro forward. Like Amaro. Paper Amaro. Paper Amario. Paper Amario. Maybe that'll be another cocktail, because I think this combines together rather well. I misremembered a term for paper crafts. Pepakura. I like that. It's paper craft. Yeah. We got a little Mario up on top. So the next part of things that I want to kind of like, one of the things that I wind up doing anyways, is that I will take pictures of cocktails, try to put them on Instagram and stuff. The thing with discoverability, I'm a content creator, or every content creator is trying to get like discovered and stuff. And it seems like one of the main ways to get discovered is to do things outside of Twitch. That just happens to be the way that things are. And so one of the ways that I find a lot of my own cocktail inspirations is from like, what's that called? Pinterest. Pinterest is one of them. The Instagram was the main one, actually. And I don't do super duper well with taking pictures of cocktails. There's a certain air, there's lighting expertise, there's shadows expertise, there's camera expertise, photography. I've never taken a photography course in my life, and I can take some pretty good photos here and there, but that's a skill that I don't yet have a full grasp on, and I'd like to get a little bit better at that. So if you'll do me the honor of kind of joining me as we kind of fumble around with photography a little bit. We're gonna play around with the lighting a bit to make things look nice and presentable. So that's what we're gonna try. That's what I'm gonna try to do here. I'm gonna step onto the other side of the bar. Again, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to read chat and stuff. Actually, it won't be, because I have chat over there as well on my desk. I can just turn around and look at it. And we're just gonna see how things are. Let's go with that. I see Dom saying, "Hey-oh, hello, you do take some good photos." Garrett has a clapping emoji. That was hard to see from my angle. I hope you can take some more. I won't judge your skills. Please don't judge me. There are photography experts in chat right now. And I won't say ho, but you know who you are. Anyways, let me take some of my constituents and whatnot off of the bar, and I'm gonna adjust this angle a little bit. I'm gonna go to the other side. The other side. Y'all can continue to chat amongst yourselves. It might be a little difficult to hear me. I have a lavalier microphone that would make things like this a little bit easier. I just don't think it sounds very good, so that's just how it be. Let me see this. So right now, I don't think the angle is super flattering for this cocktail. I want to bring it up a little bit. I want to actually see Mario's face a little bit. Let's kind of bring it up, get down a little bit, make things a little more like this. Let's push it this way just a tad. I also don't have a super good like rig. I just have a single like boom arm. But this is like, it could be better. Let me move my cocktail back a bit. I want to try to see if I can get the Paper Mario logo in the background. That might be a little tough to do. Let me think about that. So it'll be a little bit better from my angle. I'm not actually going to take the photo with this camera here. However, if you use exclamation point screenshot, you can take the photo for me. I will be taking photos from my cell phone, which I have over here. But this is the best angle that I can get for everybody else. Actually, I'm gonna bring this back this way a little bit. Hopefully Mario doesn't like fall off and get all weird and stuff. Over here. Here. You've come so far and it's so awesome. Thank you, Dom. Oh my goodness. Y'all are great. Is that focused on the angle itself? So my lighting feels really, really, really weird. I do not like the lighting here. I think this is a good angle from my point of view. And I can put my phone in front. Oh, I like that. I like that very much. Can you see my phone? You can just see me bending over. That's absolutely hilarious. I kind of like the way that light looks. So now I'm just going to I'm going to play around with my lighting a little bit. I can open up my camera app. One day maybe I'll be able to like mirror the screen so everybody can see what's going on over here. Camera app. Can I split screen with camera? You can't split screen with the camera. But I do have full control over the lights in this room. Let's try this. I think this will make for a fantastic image. I agree. At least I hope so. Let me turn off the top light because I think it's too bright from the top. Top light turn off. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness, hello there. A little bit there. There's not, ooh, things are very, very spooky over here. Very spooky looking. These gotta look better. Let me see. Can I illuminate the cocktail a little better? If I take my face light, that'll turn that a little more white. Nope, that's not more white. That's a little more white. Maybe I do want a little bit of light from the top. Because a little whiter. It definitely doesn't look the same on my phone as it does on yours, but what I'll do is I'll try to Whatever photo I make, whatever photo I take, I'll put it in the Discord. It'll wind up there anyways. Let me see about one of the things that I struggle with is I don't have a good camera angle from like over here. Over here right here. Gives me Spider-Man 3 vibes with the orange. The orange? Like that? Let me see if I turn the side light off how that looks. I don't think we need that. I do not think we need that. How does it look in now? So this looks beautiful from my angle. I will take a picture of it in a moment. I think I like the lighting here. I have to move my microphone out of the way for a hot second. You, a little over there. Get in the way of the camera for a hot second. Let's see if I can angle Mario down. No, that's just the way he's sitting. That's the way he's sitting, that's just the way it'll be. Let's see. Take a couple of photos. I'm usually so focused on y'all, but this time, it's all on the cocktail. It's the art of the cocktail. Front back shot. Alexa, turn off the face light. Alexa, turn the face light on 5%. Alexa, I love you. Alexa, turn the face light on 15%. Can y'all hear Alexa singing?
Why is Alexa singing?
I don't know why. It responded to saying I love you. That was I never heard it do that before.
What did you tell her?
I told it I loved it.
Alexa, I love you.
No, don't do it again. Oh, I got my thumb in that picture.
I don't know that.
Yeah, of course you don't. You weirdo.
Wow,
Don't
you
respond
get a
to Anna's
song?
love. Don't respond to Anna's love, you respond to mine.
That's gross.
It's based. Alexa, turn the face light to 30%.
Okay.
No, what did you, I don't even know what you did there. Alright.
Turned off the light.
Alexa, you weirdo. Alright, I think I'm satisfied with that. Alexa, turn on the bar lights. No, Alexa, turn on the bar lights.
Okay.
Sometimes Alexa knows what the bar lights are, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand it. Alright, let me...
Call her an it.
I don't even know what that thing identifies as. Let's go back to this angle. We don't have to deal with this thing
Hey
anymore.
Alexa, what are your pronouns?
Here we go.
As an AI, I don't have a preference.
Alright. Don't have a preference. Alright. Let me put these photos in the Discord server. This is what it looks like from my angle. I'll take some of the nicer ones. That's Instagram, you dummy. I don't know what I'm doing. On topic. On topic. Some pictures. Some pictures. There's one from the top angle. There's another one. There's another one. I could just do as many as I want to. Let's do this one. There we go. Let's send them all in there. That's our Paper Mario. Wow. Ah, I love that.
Darren, do you know what happened to my toe shoes?
Your toe shoes? I tripped on one of them. Have you found the other one?
No, I haven't found the other one because
It's probably under the couch.
No, it's not.
I don't know then. I don't.
Did you throw it?
Nope, I definitely did not throw anything.
What did you do when you tripped on it?
No, I tripped on it, and then as I tripped on it, it was kicked to the side, and then I handed it to you directly afterwards.
What did I do?
It's the case of the missing toe. Anna's got those shoes that you can see individual toes on. It's actually,
I need
it's
them for
wild.
the run.
Need them for the run. Oh,
Those are my running shoes.
you're doing a turkey trot in the morning, sort of, kinda. Dom's saying that Alexa's really acting up. It's just absolutely wildly thing. That'd be a great large aperture shot. Large aperture shot. Says Garrett for that photo that I was trying to take. I take notes here. Where's my pen? There's my pen. This is my favorite pen. If anybody, I'm not even kidding. If anybody knows like what kind of pen this is, pen, hello, pen. Look at this pen. I freaking love this pen. I love this pen so much. That candle is just It hurts me on the inside, but it's okay. We'll make things work. Get out of here. Large aperture. Like aperture science. That's where they combust the lemons. The actual lemons. Love that. Is it just a special one or something? A special paper plane? I need a little more context on what that question is. Anyway, that's our Paper Mario. And I think that's pretty good. I love the way that tastes. As it's warmed up a little bit, I'm getting a lot more of those, like, orangey notes there.
I found it!
Wonderful!
It was in the blanket I was using all day.
Oh my goodness! Wild how things get a little tangled in the sheets like that. Especially the blankets on the couch. Huzzah!
There's only one blanket on there.
There's only one?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I removed all the others.
It's an unfortunate
It's
thing.
It's actually very fortunate. I don't need to dirty multiple blankets in the day.
In any case, cocktail time. Where are we going next? Lemons are man-made, by the way. They aren't naturally occurring. I'm pretty sure they're crossed between like a lime and something else. No. Kumquat. No, I know there's a fruit and I don't know what the fruit is, but I have a feeling. Nice work. I'm heading out. Thank you for popping in, Garrett_Matthew. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by the bar with an X. We'll see you when you come back next time. I'll be here. Everybody will be here. So, moving on from a Paper Mario cocktail, I just realized the way that I have my angles and stuff set up now, there's no convenient place to put things. Orange and some citrus fruit. Pop a coaster on this. I don't have any Mario coasters. That'd be cool if I did. Let me put them... I literally have...
You have a Red Dragon Inn coaster.
I have just random... I just have random glasses over here that I can just like move on these beautiful shelves that I have. There we go. Glass on the shelf. Look, here comes Paper Mario. It's like, airplane.
You need me to pack a bag.
I will pack my own bag, Anna. Thank you very much. Okie dokie.
Disturbing. Goodbye.
You're not disturbing. You are a part of the show. We will become one flesh in January. That's what the church continues to remind me of. And I think that's lovely. Bitter orange and citron. Citron was the one. For some reason, I thought citron was not a fruit. It was just a way of referring to a lemon in another language. But here we are. And I've been proved... wrong? There's no blame to be had here. It's great. So the next cocktail that we're going to cover, inspired by Paper Mario. We've done the Paper Mario already. It's a riff on the paper plane. It's very, very fun. The next one that we're going to do is one called the Black Chest. In Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, there is a black treasure chest that you can find. I believe there are 4 of them in particular. There is one hiding in Hooktail Castle. There is one hiding in Boggly Woods. There is one hiding outside of the creepy steeple in Twilight Town. And I believe there's one more, and I believe you find that one in Poshley Heights, perhaps? Let me see what my notes say. I had it all written down. One from Keelhaul Key. You find it in Keelhaul Key. I think that's the next area that I have to get to in the actual playthrough, which is actually pretty cool. Dom saying, we've been informed. That was great. You just have been shown the correct information. Indeed, that's what it was all about. So there are 4 different black chests, and they all give different abilities. The first ability that you get is the ability to quite literally turn sideways. That's like if I take this paper, and I just like, boop. That's what Mario can do. You can turn flat and stuff. The next ability is the paper airplane, I believe, or maybe the paper airplane came first. No, paper airplane came first, because that was in Hooktail Castle. And then afterwards, you'll get the ability to turn into a sailboat, and then the ability to roll up into a little cylinder thing. I don't know how to fold a paper boat. I did not teach myself how to do that before the stream actually began, so there will be none of that. But instead, we will go to the Black Chest Cocktail. The Black Chest Cocktail is a bit of a riff. I want to say it's a riff on the hot toddy, but it's really not. It is a cocktail that just kind of uses tea. The idea behind this cocktail is the idea behind the story of the Black Chest. Now, for those of you who are not informed, I'll give you a little bit of a tall tale. 1,000 years ago, everything was peaceful. And then a Shadow Queen or something came up and like ravaged the land or whatever, and 4 mighty heroes sealed away the Shadow Queen. And the seal would be broken after 1,000 years or something like that. But there are 4 heroes, and those 4 heroes were entrusted with the crystal stars. And the deal was this: if you ever give up the crystal star, whose power is being used to seal the demon away for 1,000 years, you will have to give up your body. You will have to give up your soul. You will have to give it up completely, and you will be cast a curse upon you. So these 4 heroes, one I believe was a Goomba, one was a actually, let me see if I have my notes in here, what they actually were. There was a Toad who collapsed in Petal Meadows. There was a Goomba who collapsed near the Great Tree in Boggly Woods. There was a Koopa who passed in Keelhaul Key, and then there was a Boo who was near the creepy Steeple and left the crystal stars behind. And afterwards, they passed it on to somebody. They passed the crystal stars on to the other people and stuff. And when they gave up those crystal stars, their body, what was left behind with their body, was a black chest, which inside contained a curse, one of 4 different mighty curses, which were actually just powers to help you out in the game. So the idea for this one was, can we take 4 ingredients and combine them all together in a way that is reminiscent of those 4 heroes who have been turned curseful, trapped in the box, to forever serve out eternity, just kind of waiting until somebody just like opens the box or something like that. At least that's the idea. Fun fact, the black cursed chest demons were the inspiration for the Snatcher from A Hat in Time. Really? I love A Hat in Time. I like Snatcher. Snatcher is cool. Not to be confused with Snatch, that is something completely different, and although we may like that, we try not to be so explicit about it. Unless you are. So, in our black chest, we have black tea, inspired by Petalburg. The Turtley leaf tea. It's tea. It's basically what it is. We have some lime juice, which I think of Keelhaul Key, Key Lime. I don't have key lime, but I got lime juice, so we went with that. We have some honey syrup, which you can find in various different parts of the game, but I believe that's the only, one of the only consumable items that you can find in Boggly Woods. Other than that, I couldn't really find anything that was very specific about that. There's a number of different ingredients and a number of different recipes, and if we could get to every single one of them, that would be great. But not this time. There's only so much time in a night, and Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and your boys gotta sleep for the turkey trot in the morning. And then the last one, actually, there's technically 5 ingredients. We have, in inspiration of the creepy Steeple, we're using something that felt spectral to me, something that seemed spooky, and the green fairy, Absinthe herself, seems kind of spectral and kind of ghostly and stuff to me. So there's a little bit of absinthe in there. And then lastly, there's the curse of the box itself. What taints everything else? And something bitter and dark and spooky. So I have a local Amaro from here in Pennsylvania that is called Vigo, and Vigo, where's my Vigo? There's my Vigo. Will be the curseful liquor that we place into the box. That and like some charcoal powder, because charcoal powder makes things turn black, and it just, when it looked all weird and like light brown, it just didn't feel the same way when you call it a black chest when it's actually just kind of like an off brown, chocolatey, tannish colored chest. It just didn't feel the same. Lorelei says, yep, his design, the song, his full catchphrase, comparing them is very fun. Absinthe isn't absent. Absinthe is not absent. The absent is present. Not supremely present, as I will explain in a moment. We're actually going to use the absinthe to rinse the glass that we're going to make the cocktail in. But the first thing that we have to do, and I probably should have been doing this as I was rambling on about the story, is make some tea. So let me go down here, make some tea. Actually, while I'm making this tea, we'll just kind of, I'll do some cleanup. I have these bottles all over the place and stuff. It's a fun time. I'll plug that guy in. I got my tea kettle. It's already filled with water. Great. And, I need a glass to put tea in. So, let's go for it. You on mode, tea kettle mode. There we go. Make some hot water. Neat indeed. So now, we do a little bit of cleanup. Put my Aperol away. Don't need that no more. It makes a little bit of a buzzing sound. I'd like to apologize for that. It's very, very annoying. Put my Whisky away. Put my Fernet away. I have so little Fernet left. It's absolutely insane. That's a little disappointing. Clean up my shaker right here. This strainer. That thing. That feels good. What else do we need for this one? I need black tea. I need my lime juice, some honey syrup. Those are both in the refrigerator. Honey, that's the name of my container. Honey. What else was I grabbing from here? I forgot already. Oh, lime juice. That's what I was doing. I forgot already. Impressive, Cameron, to be forgetting everything so easily. Next we need, I got my dark Amaro, I got my honey syrup, I got my lime juice, I got my black tea, my absinthe. Oh, baby. Here you are. There you are. Perfect. Kind of wait for that thing to get a little warm. It may take a little bit. So how's your evening? Mine's doing pretty good so far. That's great. Work was okay this week. The last 3 months have been more or less not super busy. I mean, sort of kind of busy. I have a website now. Did you see the website? Oh, website's great. We'll be doing 2 other cocktails this evening, by the way, not including this one. And those cocktails are inspired by a boss and one of the partners that you can get throughout the game. If you want to participate, and you are under no pressure to participate whatsoever, all you need to do is just sit back and relax as we make some drinks that you will not be able to sip. I'll try my best to describe what it's like if you did sip them, for example. But I wonder if you want to take a guess at who that partner is, or who that boss is. Be my guest. I've been putting out hints and stuff throughout the week on the Instagram page, so if you've been following along, you might know what it is. Maybe. Maybe. That's very nice. I wish I had the palate to be able to distinguish between, let's say, how the Japanese whiskey goes in the Paper Mario as opposed to like a bourbon in a paper plane. Bourbons, I've been doing a little bit more sipping and stuff recently, and bourbons and whiskeys and stuff sort of have like a kind of caramelly, confectionery component to them if you can find it. Not all of them do, but some of the bourbons that I've had can taste almost not molassesy. Some like rum can taste molassesy to me, but otherwise I find that bourbons are a little more on that caramel note. And actually, I did just get I got a bourbon the other day that is really caramelly. It's very prominently caramelly. It's very good. But the Suntory to me was a little more vegetal. Just a little bit. It's also lighter in color, so maybe it's just like aged in a different type of barrel. I'm sure the internet could tell us. Suntory, do I have enough time to look that up? Suntory whiskey, barrel. No. I just saw on the internet today, my Fine Wine and Good Spirits was saying that they could sell me a bottle of, I think it was 18-year-old Suntory whiskey, and it was $1,600, and they're like, save today for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not saving any money if I purchase that bottle. That's just incorrect. There's no savings to be had there, unless it's actually on sale, and I had the capital for that. And the answer is no. I just don't. That's fine. That's fine. Hello. I'm gonna end up burning myself. A watched pot never boils. So I'll turn around and look at the darkness that is my white blackboard, chalkboard, whatever you call this thing. Patience is a virtue, or so they say. And so we will wait. We will wait. I will wait as well as popping in, just kind of looking at the various different stream interfaces I have access to. I'm still getting used to the YouTube interface. YouTube is new to me. Streaming on YouTube is new to me. Oh! It appears that the tea is ready. Or at least the hot water is ready. So let's take a container. A good container for that. I have this little Stein container. I'm trying to find... One of these has got to be easy to pour out of. And I don't have any convenient containers here that I have a lot of faith to put hot water in. Aside from, like, maybe this guy here. So let me do a little... Unplug this guy. Ugh, there we go. Turn off now. Grab a little bit of tea. Get one of these tea bags. I'm using black tea here. I did try this with a green tea, and I tried this with a Darjeeling tea, and the flavors just weren't as pronounced as it was with the black tea. Black tea of unknown origin. I just got it from Whole Foods. I don't exactly know what kind of black tea it is. Hopefully this glass is made for hot. I could be wrong, and in which case the glass will break and everything's fine. Actually, I should put that over down here just in case it does break. Little bit. Now we proceed. It appears that nothing has broken or shattered, and that's very good. That could still change. And I would not be surprised if it did. That's just the kind of show we run around here. Unexpected things can happen when you're cocktailing. Let me take this guy and put him elsewhere. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Over here. Here we go. Sit up on the table. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for clearing the way for me to walk. I appreciate it. So now we have some hot tea going, right? It is going to steep. And as we steep, we're gonna do other things. So let me bring the cocktail angle over here. We're gonna build the rest of the drink. Cocktail angle. Welcome back to the cocktail angle. Hello. That seems to go to the side there. Let me grab the glass of choosing. There we go. Hi there. Are you a good glass? You're a pretty good glass. That's fine. I'll take this tea and put it off to the side. And the light is being blocked. My goodness. Something's over here in my absinthe. There we go. Let's build black chest. First thing that we're going to do, I'm actually going to turn off the lights because I think there's a really cool effect that happens, and I wonder if I can actually, like, not all the lights. I wonder if we can see it. I want to make it easy to see. So, Alexa, turn off the top light.
Okay.
See if that makes it a little easier to see. I'm going to grab a big ice cube. I tend to find that this works the best with a big ice cube. So we'll take one big ice cube and add it to our glass, as we normally do. And what we're going to do is we're going to add 4 ounces of tea. What you could do is you could do this mixture in another order. And then if you wanted to, I think there's something cool that there's something cool that happens. I don't need to like tease it or anything. When you pour hot stuff over ice, it starts to crackle and stuff. And if you do it real carefully, things start to smoke. And I think that's really freaking cool. And so I wanted that effect. So we're gonna take 4 ounces of this black tea. The longer you steep it, the more powerful the flavor is going to be. Doesn't need to be super duper powerful, this. I think this is a nice, for the purposes of this activity, this is a very nice color. I love the nice garnet that we have on here. So we'll put that back over here. I'm bringing it back just a tad. There we go. I will grab a measuring majigger and measure out 4 ounces, or just about 118 milliliters of hot tea. This is a metal jigger. This gets hot. Please be careful if you were doing this, and be careful of your bar too. Because if you don't have a container that's convenient for pouring, it's just going to make a mess. And actually, we're going to see if this actually fails. Because I've tried this already, and I haven't succeeded in this once. Yeah, I just pour tea all over the bar. Okay, let me put this back for our first 2 ounces. Oh, you're right in the spot where I need you, darling. Thank you. There we go. First 2 ounces over top. There's a crack? Let me quiet. Ooh, Kid Sandin popping in here. Spill that tea, sis. Spill it, spill it, spill it. Thank you so much for your contribution to the Bar with an X. With that subscription, I am gonna smile just a little bit wider today. Thank you. Actually, where's my party hat at? I got party hats. No, I got party horns. Where are my horns at? Ah, I forgot to prepare for the horns. I owe you a party horn. Remind me of that. Do measurement jiggers come in other materials? Probably. I've never seen any that aren't made of metal. So we've got basically tea over ice. We've got iced tea right here. That ice is melting fast. So we need the other ingredients. And those other ingredients are a single ounce, or about 30 milliliters of lime juice. If you can freshly squeeze it, cool. If not, that's also cool too. You do what you do. Oh, the ice just randomly popped up. What is up with that? Pour that over the top. Great. See Randall popping in here? That is solid ice. Less air bubbles in it, so less likely to crack or pop. Look at that. Makes me a little sad because I've used these exact same ices before, and usually they have a satisfying crack to them, but this one did not, and that's fine. And you know what I just realized? I completely forgot to rinse the glass with absinthe. So 1 second. 1 second. I made boo-boo. That kind of worked. I completely forgot to rinse the glass with ice. So the first thing that you're going to do is rinse your glass with absinthe. I completely forgot to do that, but that's okay. We make mistakes. Essentially, what you're going to do, you take your absinthe, pop it in, and do exactly what we did with the Fernet-Branca for the Paper Mario cocktail. We're just gonna very carefully, we're gonna spin it around, and then try our best to coat every inner surface with this absinthe. Now granted, there's a little bit of liquid in here already, my mistake. I don't exactly know how that'll affect the physics of adhesion and stuff, but we try our best. Anyways. After we've coated the inside, you can more or less discard the excess. We don't really want all that absinthe in there. That's not really our deal. And then you do what you were supposed to do, and you put everything back in your glass. Yeah, here we go. Nice! That totally works. Make a little bit of a mess here and there. That splash allows you to really smell the absinthe. That's delightful. We've added our tea, our lime juice. We need some honey syrup in there, which I have hanging over here. This is just a very simple 1-to-1 ratio, or 2-to-1 ratio by weight of honey to water. Just heat it up a little bit, up, back, and it's all great. Add that, change the color just a tad bit. M's popping in saying, hey Cammy C, Hilton Head Squad, hello there, welcome back in. We appreciate your presence. And then we'll add just a ½ ounce of our dark Amaro, which in our case is Vigo Amaro, which I believe is a local Amaro. This is from handcrafted in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is very local. That is hyper local, if I will. We'll need ½ ounce, or about 15 milliliters for our friends across the pond. We'll add that up on top. Now, in order to get all your ingredients nice and fresh with each other, just gonna stir everything. Give it a bit of a stir to get everything all nice and used to each other. Now, granted, this is not a very, for a chest, for a black chest, this is not a very black chest at all. So, in case you're somebody who's really trying to adhere to the color requirements of this particular cocktail, you can try this trick. But if not, this is a totally potable, nice and tasty cocktail. You don't need to do anything else to it if you don't want to modify things further. But if you're wild and like to do the cooking by the book, according to my book, because I wrote the book, at least on this one, you're gonna take just about a ¼ teaspoon of charcoal powder. Honestly, just a little tinge of this will be just fine. You don't need a lot of charcoal powder. I'm just gonna tap, and that's probably all I'm gonna need. There's not much of it. Randall says, discard? At least drink it so as to not waste good absinthe. I've had good absinthe before, I assure you, Randall. This one's okay. I've had better before. We're gonna mix this all together. Try to get it. Now it's charcoal powder, so you gotta make sure everything gets all nice and familiar with each other. And that is dark. That is black if I've ever seen it. And it's a chest. That's we're almost done. Almost done with our black chest. Now, I particularly remember in these games, when I saw the black chest, I thought the coolest part about it was the little face that we had on it. So, in keeping with the spirit of things, got some more paper craft for you. These little facey guys. And I'm going to carefully take an X-Acto knife, and I'm gonna try my best, without getting things wet, to cut this face out. Let me make things a little bit easier for myself. Just rip off one of those guys, rip off one of those guys, and just, there we go, there we go. I don't need the rest of that. The other ones are just in case I make a mistake. I don't often make mistakes, but when I do, it's honestly not too bad. I usually try to prepare for the worst in those cases. I'm just gonna cut this guy out. Now, oddly enough, I was finding that if you kind of lick the back of paper, you can stick it onto objects. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this guy's face out, and then I'm gonna add his eyes and his mouth. There's one eye coming. I think I can just pop it on the side, can't I? Hello there. Nope, I gotta... You can moisten it a little bit and just give it a little... I'm drinking my own drink, so it's fine. Hello there. Adhesion! Hello, little eye. Hello, buddy. See, Randall saying jack-o'-lantern style. Exactly, except I'm not gonna cut into the glasses. I don't think the glasses would like that very much. But it is very jack-o'-lantern. It does have that style. That is an excellent point there, Randall. And I freaking love that as a child, and I love it as an adult. Here's another tiny little piece. Use an X-Acto knife. Don't cut yourself. Bang. Pop you one there. There we go. There we go. Kind of modify the way that looks. How's that looking? Spooky. Spooky. Like that. We'll adjust the lighting in a little bit too to make things look even spookier, even cooler, and even more awesome. Papercraft takes a little bit of time. I definitely could have saved time by cutting this out a little bit earlier, but hey, just more time to spend with the lovely people of the world. I'm cool with that. Out of curiosity, I gotta ask, anybody out there drinking along? If so, what is your drink of choice? What have you got? Have you mixed something of your own? Get creative this evening. You owe it to yourself. It's Thanksgiving. It's almost Thanksgiving a little bit. And while everybody else is out there, turkey trotting or otherwise, we're hanging back here, enjoying our libations. Just as the turkeys intended it. Because while we're in here drinking, we're too inebriated to go out and hunt turkeys and kill them. And that's fine, I guess. But like, turkey's pretty good. I almost had turkey burgers for dinner tonight. Almost. We went with the beef. We went with the cow. There we go. What do you got? Lorelai says, I had orange ramen, but it's all gone now. I asked too late. I'm so sorry. And now I got this little, again, kind of have to give it a little, gotta use my mouth a little bit, use my tongue. Hello, buddy. Hello there. Spooky little guy. Spooky little guy. Consumption! I'll go with my paper plane. Thank you, kid. I have something special and rare, says Randall. Johnny Walker Blue Label. You know what's weird? I've only had Johnny Walker once. It was Red Label, and it was in an old fashioned that I bought at an airport. And I was like, this is all right. It's pretty good. But other than that, I'm usually indulged like that. I, for some reason, thought all of the Johnny Walkers were hella expensive. They can be. Not always. Let me give this guy a bit of a stir. This is our dude. This is our dude. This is our black chest. And honestly, I did not test the whole paper adhesion thing before the stream started, and I think it's pretty good. So let me pop this angle down a little bit. I think what I want for this one is a little more face on. Get it? Face on. Let me bring him out just a tad. Over here. Hello. I think we need significantly less lights too. Hello, buddy. Spooky dookie. My only association with Johnny Walker was a serial killer and ID invaded. Nice. Fool! You've opened the box! There's a, when I played the game, I think it was the last time I played the Paper Mario game, I completely, dude, I'm an actor, by the way, at least in a past life. And I went totally full ham on the black chest in Twilight Town. I love those lines so much. I was literally screaming. I was the only person home, and I would full sent that thing. I was so happy about it. It's the whole like fool! You've opened the box, you absolute buffoon! And it was great, and I love that. Let's go to the other side. Let's make things look pretty awesome. I'm wondering if there's a way. So the actual like scene where you find this evil black chest that gives you evil curses has like a purple background to it. So I think what I want to do is I want to make things purple. Make it purple. Let me take this face. Let me turn this guy purple. Purple. Hello, purple. Whoa, that's intense. My goodness, that is intense indeed. Let me turn that down a bit. Turn it down a bit. Turn it down a bit. Turn it down a bit. I think I want that to be a little bit lower. Maybe actually a little bit yellow. We'll go to the sideline and do the exact same thing. Purple. Hello, purple. That's not that bad. That's red. That's incorrect. That's the wrong color. Nope. My app says purple, but the light is doing red. Nope, it's just doing red. It's malfunctioning. I don't know if you can see that. Green. Nope. Oh! Nope, it's just red. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Turn that off. Alright, now we're gonna turn it on. We're gonna go to purple. Nope, it's just going back to red. Why is it doing that? You silly light. Alexa, turn the side light purple.
Okay.
That's not purple at all, you dummy! Randall said, while I'm fiddling around with likes, Randall says, so a good scotch like Blue Label is so smooth and full of flavor that it makes other alcohol seem not worth drinking anymore. It's just that good. Let me try to do a reset. Alexa, turn on the bar lights.
Okay.
The light is still red. What is going on here? What is going on here? I think I'm gonna have to try to, let me try to unplug this light for a second. This is really, really weird. Let's try it. That's awkward. Now let's try it. Blue? Blue? Colors? Any colors? Any colors at all? It's gotta connect the Wi-Fi. Technical difficulties. I can't believe ugh. This is wild. And lights off. Alexa, turn off all the lights.
Okay.
It won't shut itself off.
Did you break it?
I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. I saw a thing. Hey! Nope, it's turning red again. Why is it doing that? That's super weird.
It's like discoing.
It is kind of discoing. Let me like try to side light, turn this color. Oh, we did it. It's purple now. I don't know why. It says it's red on my phone. I'm not gonna mess around with it. Not anymore. Let's turn this light, maybe give it a yellow color, but a little bit lower. The folks are getting rowdy outside. Let me turn this to the side a little bit. There we go. No, that was exactly the wrong direction. Let's go this way.
Then go exactly the opposite.
And then go exactly the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Alright, that's not too bad. The quality could definitely be better. This camera, that one over here, that's the nice one. Let me see if I get this a little bit brighter on the yellow. Nah, I want actually less light. I want less light in general. Let me go over to the side light and try to turn it down without hopefully turning it red. Great. It's not turning red. I'm a fan of that. I want a purple accent, yellow. Yeah, it's a little bit okay. I want enough yellow such that I can see the dude's face. That's enough yellow to see the dude's face. Turn the purple brighter, but like a little darker. Can we do that?
No.
Thank you. Anna's heckling me from the back. Heckle. Maybe I want the top light to be. Does that help? No, that's not really what I'm going for at all. Turn that shit off. I'm gonna go with that one. I kind of like the color scheme going on here. Let me take a photo as well. For the grams. I gotta get in front for this one. Actually, y'all are kind of... Ooh, actually, I want the background to... Hold up a second. If I take the top light and I turn it blue, dark blue, things start to glow a little bit. There we go. That's
perfect.
Oh, spooky indeed, kid. Don't get spookier than this, kiddo. Can I turn this down a little bit? Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious. Oh!
You can do whatever you want.
Terrifying. Actually, your eye is a little beveled. And here. There we go. Hello there, spooky cocktail. I haven't even tasted it yet. Oh, let me move you guys out of the way for just a moment. Give me. I'm getting in here. Oh, can you see my camera? You can! Oh my goodness, that's what it looks like from my angle. But even better. Actually, I want to take a lower shot too. That might I could convince myself to do a little bit of editing to make things look a little bit different. Let me add my Vigo in the background. I want to get some of my bottles in there. I think this looks pretty cool. With a nice portrait of the Paper Mario in the background. I think it's excellent. All right. Let's push you all over. Get a face full of it. I'll bring myself back over, and I'm not gonna turn the lights off just yet because I'm just gonna revel in this for a little bit. Not too bad. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me pop these photos into the Discord on topic so everybody can see what it looks like from my angle. I think these came out pretty good. Alrighty. So now that I've tented y'all with what it looks like, how does it taste, honestly? That's an important question. Alexa, turn on the bar lights.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, sure, yeah. Bar lights? I don't even know what a bar is. What is a light? Who knows? Alexa, you're not dumb. You're just special. No, you're just a machine. That's all it is. So we have our black chest cocktail. I've been talking all about it. What does it taste like? It's a little bit, let me swirl things around a little bit. I can use the old finger. I'm the only one drinking this. I would be lying if I didn't say I'm a fan of all the cocktails that I created this evening. I'm not just an egotist, although I am. I do have quite an ego. So, this cocktail has a slight dryness to it. It is prominently a balanced lime flavor. That honey sweetness combined with the lime juice is an appreciable sourness that personally, from my palate, I'm not super duper into sourness. This is a balanced sourness between that honey syrup and that lime juice, which gives a nice citrusy component to it. It's also got that dryness from the tea. There is a nice leafy, earthy taste to it, not only in part from the black tea of unknown origin. I bought it from Whole Foods once upon a time, but also this Amaro. This Amaro to me is very, very bitter. You don't use too much of it, but it's also very, very vegetal. It's very, very leafy. It's almost like licking a tree and appreciating it. Maybe there's a little bit of sap in there, or a little bit of something savory. What's savory that you can find in your tree? Mushroom, maybe? No, not really. It's not really mushroomy. I saw somebody do a mushroom vermouth recently, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then, in addition to that, there's that airy licoriceiness. It's like, it's barely noticeable, but like if you take a sip and you put your lips in a little bit, take a slight sip, because the absinthe was only used to rinse the inside, you can get a little bit of that licoricey. Ooh, it's spooky. And I think a piece of the dryness is coming from the fact that there's charcoal dust in there, charcoal powder. Again, you can totally nix on the charcoal if you don't really care about the color. If you don't care about the color, then it's fine. You can just get rid of it. That is totally okay. That is good. Tree liquor? No, you're the tree liquor. I have definitely licked trees in the past. Kid's saying, how many trees have I licked? How many licks does it take to get to the center? Well, I'd be lying if I said I've never licked a tree before. I did just openly admit to that. And I'd be lying if I said that there's only one tree that I've licked. Now, it depends on what you consider a tree. Does a tree have to have bark? Could a tree just be any other plant? Like, I've licked herbs and stuff before. Are those just underdeveloped trees that will never become tree? Or does the genus have to specifically specify something that is considered a tree? Now, do we consider trees from our perspective to be things like bamboo? Bamboo is technically a grass. I've licked bamboo before. I wanted to know what it tasted like, and I got a slight splinter, and that was not very pleasant. It tasted like blood, just for a little bit. But I don't think that's considered a tree. Do tree huggers judge you for licking trees? I don't think so. I think it's a very accepting community. I mean, they're the ones hugging trees, so if they looked at me differently for hugging trees with my tongue, then I don't know. That's not a tree hugging community that I want to be part of. Have any of you ever licked trees before? I can't be the only one. I'm not the only weirdo in chat. I know that. Anyways, so that's our black chest. Our black chest is technically speaking, I found inspiration for this one from a cocktail called the Irish Tea cocktail. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know. I don't really know where that one came from. There was nothing Irish about the Irish tea cocktail. I think they were just like, take some green tea, add some lime juice to it, add some soda to it as well. It's like, I don't know why this is considered Irish. Like, it might be, it's greenish. I don't really, maybe they added some Jameson or Irish whiskey to it. Maybe that would help us, right? Got any Jameson down here? I do. I don't want to ruin this. No, this tastes really, really good. All right. Take this, put this off to the side. Another drink completed. Let's put this one on display somewhere in particular. I like the little face that it's making. Pikachu? Chonkachu? Want a drink? Buddy? Oh, Peach. Don't get too hasty there. Put it next to Luigi. Your brother did this. Hello there, buddy. Spooky cocktails. Let me put you back here, actually. I can put you beneath my microphone. There we go. Lovely. Okie dokie. Let me do a little bit of cleanup. I'm gonna put some lime juice away. I'm gonna put my Vigo away, put my honey away, and then we're gonna move on to another cocktail. Cocktail number 3 of this evening. And I'm trying to determine which one I want it to be. There's 2 more. Let me see. I think we're gonna go from malevolence back to something a little more sweet, a little more kindred, a little more close to home. This next cocktail is inspired by the partner, Madame Flurrie, from the game Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. Madame Flurrie, ladies and gentlemen, and those who fall in between. She's a Rubenesque character, as she was described in Super Paper Mario. In Super Paper Mario, there are catch cards that you can get for characters and whatnot, characters and enemies and whatnot, and you can get the catch card for Madame Flurrie, for which she is described as being one of the most Rubenesque characters in the Paper Mario universe. And all that means is, I believe Ruben was an artist back in like the Renaissance, and Ruben, or Rubenan, or whatever, was known for his paintings of voluptuous women. And if you've seen Madame Flurrie, you can understand where that description is coming from. In any case, this one, Madame Flurrie, is a... So, Madame Flurrie, how does she look like? If I had... Let me see, actually. Is there an easy way for me to show what Flurrie looks like? I can go to the... Let me see if the screen is set up. This one is the swap screen. Are we on the bar mic? Or on the desk mic? I don't want the desk mic. I want the bar mic. Hello, everybody. There we go. And I can take this little screen. That's the wrong tab. Let's see what Flurrie looks like. We're just gonna hope to goodness that things don't get unsafe for work. Here. Fan art? No. Okay, that's Flurrie. That's all you get of that. That's Flurrie. Why is everything so weird looking? Oh, because I'm not on full screen. Hold up a second. There we go. Take a look at this one, if you will. That's Flurrie. Leave the kids at home. Leave the kids at his with them for this one. Voluptuous indeed, or so they say. That's according to one person's description. Although, Alexa, define voluptuous. We're just gonna decide this objectively. Alexa, define voluptuous.
The adjective voluptuous describes something that is characterized by luxury, pleasure, and sensuous delight. It refers to fullness, richness, and exquisiteness in texture, shape, and taste.
Oh yeah, shape and taste. Full, mouth-watering. Oh my god. And that describes cotton candy perfectly. This cocktail is based on, it's a cotton candy. The woman literally looks like a purple cloud. How could you not think of cotton candy with this one? This one was like a no-brainer. I was just like, okay, so Booby Lady is purple and the cloud. She doesn't look like cotton candy, so why not we make cocktail with cotton candy? So cotton candy combined with alcohol, cotton candy vodka. What else do Rubenesque Lady do? Rubenesque Lady also blows. Quite literally, her powers are wind powers. When you would use Madame Flurrie in the game to quite literally blow enemies away, blow them to the point that they get dizzy, kiss them to the point that they get dizzy and a little knocked off balance. You can also blow the world around you to reveal things that you never thought were there. For example, if I I don't know, what's something I can blow? It didn't... And that's essentially how Madame Flurrie acts in the game, except if there was a secret nearby, things would be a little bit different from there. And so when I think of wind, I think of things that are a little airy. And the first thing that comes to mind when I think of airiness is I think of the airiness that I get from like biting into a mint. So the other piece that we're going to add to this is a little bit of creme de menthe, which I'll pull up from down here. The other piece of this is Madame. She is an actress, was an actress, retired from the actressing, and then went to live in the Boggly Woods with the little punies and stuff, only to lose her beloved necklace, which the hero, Mario, has to find for her. And then she's like, you know what? It's fine. I'll help the punies, and I'll help you guys. And joins the party and then proceeds to go back to her acting career and singing career, performance career after the fact. So, Madam, befitting of royalty. Royalty? A Royale. What is a Royale cocktail? A Royale cocktail is essentially a cocktail that takes some sweetened ingredient and it adds champagne to it, or like Prosecco and stuff. So this is essentially a cotton candy Royale, if you will, a bubble mint Royale, if you will, and it's called Madame Flurrie. I see kids saying, consumption! I'm gonna do some water for this one. I forgot that water existed. I have to pack, and we have to go back to Family Town tonight. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Let me redeem those channel point things. Let me click that button. Click that button. Click that button. Oh, I can't. It will not. Let me click the... Alright, fine. We'll just do it later then. Thanks, OBS. It's whatever. Kid, thank you. I forgot water existed. You'd forget too if you didn't have it stapled to your face. Water, I mean, hilariously enough. It's funny. Oh my goodness. In any case, so we're just gonna combine all these things together. I actually did a lot of workshopping on this one in particular because to me, so at first I was like, okay, well, what if we just take cotton candy and mint and put some club soda in it? And honestly, just kind of tasted like a watered down like peppermint, like a sweet mint. I went back and forth with Anna a bit on this because she's not the biggest fan. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping now. Not the biggest fan of mint, and I wanted something that was palatable to her, but also palatable to me. And damn it, I found it, dude. And we're gonna take it now. Today I learned tuberculosis used to be called consumption. The consumption? Really? Have I been allowing people to redeem channel points for tuberculosis this whole time? Dude, I did not know that at all. Who is that? John Green would be. John Green has stepped into chat. Did you say tuberculosis? I can redeem points for tuberculosis. Oh my god, I love the Green brothers. All right, let's get things. All right, let me bring the cocktail angle over here and we'll set things up. Boop, boop, boop. Disney Queen says, what number cocktail is this one? Number 3. And by the way, y'all, I told y'all that I'm trying not to pull things out of my butt nowadays. I did just describe cotton candy vodka, right? That's what this says, cotton candy vodka. And I am committing myself, and I hope to be able to follow through on it, and I have footage for it, to put out a video on the Reels, the YouTube, the TikToks, the whatever, of how to make your own cotton candy vodka. Honestly, it's very, very simple. You just put cotton candy, and you put it into the vodka. But, like, your ratios and whatnot may differ. So we've got our little, I'd call this a pretty voluptuous glass. This is a snifter glass, and she looks the way that she feels. Transparent, I suppose, is where I'm going with that one. But how much? What number cocktail is this? But how much? How much? Also 3. So this one's pretty easy to make. All we have to do is grab a little ice cube, right? Is it easy to make? Grab snifter. Add the stuff. Garnish. Cool. We're gonna grab ourselves a little bit of ice. Just a little bit of ice. I like to get a little cube. Little cube or two. A little cube or two is just fine. 1 cube, 2 cube, little cube, my cube, your cube, all cube. We're gonna add a single ounce of cotton candy vodka. Your mileage may vary. Granted, the amount of cotton candy I put in here was not specifically measured out. I was trying to go for a color, and I wanted this color to look purple. This is a purple drink. We had a whole stream on that once upon a time. We're gonna add 1 ounce or about 30 milliliters of a very, very dark, very, very sweet, very, very tasty cotton candy vodka. And there's plenty of it left. It is so damn sweet. My goodness, it's sweet. And I love it. Next, we're going to add 1/4 ounce of creme de menthe. Honestly, I find that this creme de menthe is very, very intense. The flavor of mint can be a little overpowering. So I found that the best thing that we can do is add basically as little as possible. And anything below 7 milliliters or about 1/4 ounce basically makes things unnoticeable. So add 1/4 ounce right up on top. And then, quite simply, we're gonna fill the rest of it with Prosecco. We're not gonna fill it all the way. And the reason for that is we're going to add a garnish of cotton candy up on top. And if you've ever put cotton candy in your mouth, it melts. If you put cotton candy in water, it melts. If you put cotton candy in vodka, it melts. If you put it in liquid, it's gonna start melting. And we don't really want it to melt. Not just yet. We'll get to the part where it does want to melt. So now we'll take some Prosecco. You could use champagne, you could use Prosecco. If you're not into that, you don't have to use either of these. You could just add some club soda to it. It's not gonna have the same flavor, but it'll be good enough. And my Prosecco is nice and chilled. And we'll add that. Ooh, it's the ugly side of the glass. I'll bring you over here. I don't know why there's a little, oh, I just cleaned that thing the other night. Oh, it's okay. I was messing around with it too much. And we'll fill it to the top with Prosecco. There we go. Now, from your perspective, it might not look that purple. It is pretty damn purple to me. This is beautiful. I will take pictures and it will look great. I promise you that. Put this guy off to the side. So in order to garnish Madame Flurrie, we're going to need to add a little tuft of something. Now, we can choose between the blue or we can choose the pink. I think, personally, pink. So we're gonna go with the pink. Essentially, just gonna take a little piece of cotton candy. Just gonna get her fingers all nice and sticky and stuff. There we go. Gonna shape that the way that you want to, if you want to. And just kind of lay it on top. I'm gonna kind of wedge it in there just a little bit. Very, very good. I like that very much so. Okay, let me move this guy. Actually, no, this is perfect. This is perfect. And after we're done with that, now it wouldn't be Madame Flurrie if not for one of those disgustingly wet, moist, those things. Kiss. We'll pop a little smoochie in there. This is Madame Flurrie. And my goodness, does she look delightful. This is Madame Flurrie. Let me bring this guy up a little bit. There we go. Or at least we try. I don't know why this cocktail angle is like that. Let me turn you this way. There we go. That feels a little bit better. Oh, that was actually perfect. Why did I move it? Lorelai says, did you call the madam disgusting, sir? Disgustingly sweet. Disgustingly sweet, if I had to be more specific on that. It's cotton candy after all. This ain't disgusting. I feel like I said delectable. Let's just say I said delectable, just to save myself. In any case, this is our Madame Flurrie. Madame Flurrie is delightful. And actually, I'm gonna taste her with a straw, so I can give some tasting notes before we go into the other piece of this where I actually take a photo of it. All right, so Madame Flurrie is... Ooh, I love that. It gives me chills. This is very sweet. This is almost as if, like, I find that sometimes I want Prosecco wines to be a little sweeter. It's a sweet Prosecco. It's almost got the sweetness as some of like the dessert wines that Anna and I have gotten. In particular, Stella Rosa does a really, really good sweet wine, and Anna loves it. It's sweet. It's got a hint of airiness to it. The mint, for my palate, is just barely noticeable. It is just enough to provide a boost in flavor that otherwise would kind of get muted by other things. Without the Prosecco or champagne, I find that those notes of mint are like not pushed back against. The champagne, in addition to the mint, allows for them to kind of like butt heads a little bit. Some sips you get a little more of those citrusy Prosecco notes. Sometimes you get a little bit more of those minty notes. And I think it's wonderful. It works really, really well together. And I think that if there's any iteration of a Royale that should pique your interest, even without all the frills and video game references, cotton candy vodka. Cotton candy and a little bit of mint. It's delightful. It's very, very good. Let me put my straw away. Let's get some photos of this gal, shall we? I don't think I need to do too much with this one. I think she looks beautiful on her own. Let me see if I can make the lights a little bit more glamorous, perhaps? Glamour? Glamour, you say? I hardly know her, you say? I swear we're good people around here. Let me add the lights to be a little more... lights. I want more bright lights. Bright lights on the side light. Oh, that's the wrong light. No, actually, that's good. A little bit warmer. Okay. Let's go to face light. Face light, I want to be a little more... That's a little more warm. I want cooler. I want the pinks and purples to show a little bit more. I think from my angle, this looks really, really good. The purple could definitely be more pronounced, I'll say. Let me try to see if I can get a little view of... Down here, Madame Flurrie. We get real close. See her lips in action. Incredible. Can I get this thing like a little thing of this guy like dissolving? That's the best part. It's to be able to eat the cotton candy afterwards. So let me see if I can just like get in there. Yep, get, you got it. All right, dissolve. Do it. There we go. Ooh, that's beautiful. That's a very cool bubbling effect. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, you guys. I think your angle actually looks better on this one. We're trying to adjust the lighting a little bit. My phone keeps switching from macro to other ones. All right, I'll keep it on that one. The soft color also reminds me of where she's from. And the peonies, the Boggly Woods. Alexa, turn on the bar lights. Isn't that exciting?
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I was here for the bubbling effect. It's very tasty. Actually, now's the best part. Now it's even sweeter than it was previously. Don't stab yourself on this lip. This lip bites. That's nice. And to me, it's not too sweet. I don't like cocktails that are too sweet. For me, this is balanced very, very well. If you are a little more, if you have a little bit more of a sweet tooth, if your palate is a little more inclined to more sweetness, you can add more cotton candy to your vodka. You can add more liqueur. If you are more into mint, you could add some more creme de menthe to that. Or if you're more of a dry kind of person, both in personality or in flavor, you could dial on the Prosecco. You could do something even drier. You can probably use different sparkling wines too. I have not experimented too much with it. But Madame Flurrie, I don't think she minds. I love that. That's tasty. And I think the whole lips thing, don't take lip. Don't take lip from Madam. I'll put her back here. All right, everybody. We were about around the 1.5 hour mark. I'm actually feeling pretty good about that, actually. I was trying to think, so with this new particular format of show, I was trying to get an idea of how long that we'll spend on each particular cocktail, and I feel like actually we're actually a little bit faster than what we usually do. I feel like by the time we get to the third cocktail, we're already on like hour 2. We're at an hour and a half right now. We're doing really, really good there. There will be only one more cocktail this evening. That's literally all I have prepared. And I'll just give a little bit of a reminder of how the Bar with an X is going to work a bit going forward. I would like to spend more time focusing on the editing sides of things, the kind of marketing sides of things, more short videos and whatnot, pictures and Instagrams and whatnot. Plus, I want to play more video games. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and so I'm trying to marry my love of video games and cocktails together. Previously, I pushed myself way too hard trying to stream cocktails every single week, so I'm not going to do cocktails every single week. Instead, what we'll do is we'll do cocktails every once in a while. For the most part, I'd like to focus more in on the cocktail mixology side of things, where most of these drinks that you see, instead of being pulled from random parts of the internet, will be created from both myself and anybody else who wants to call themselves a bartender with an X. And if you do, no matter where you are, or what time zone you're in, you are a member of this bar whether you like it or not, and feel free to contribute and whatnot. I would love to be able to see what you get, what everybody makes, and we'll showcase them here on the show. I'd love to do that. I'd like this to be more of a community effort, if anything. But so only after we get to that point will another Bar with an X stream be scheduled. I will be posting all of my updates in our Discord server. If you're not in there already and you want to be up to date, that is where I'm going to be putting information at. It is the most convenient way and allows me to reach the people who are attentive a bit more directly, and I appreciate that. So there will be no bar stream next Wednesday. There might not be a bar stream the next Wednesday. The next bar stream will be on a Wednesday, and the date will be determined. And we'll have more fun things. I am already working on cocktails that will be showcased during that next stream. I have not forgotten about it. There will also be Paper Mario cocktails too, and I hope that down the line as we play more games, we'll be able to cross into various other pieces of the multiverse. See a kid standing. It was a kid. It says consume. Take a little sip of that drink and go back to the water again. I just sucked a lot of Flurrie, so. Hooray for video games. Lorelei says, if you want something drier, a sponge in place of cotton candy works too. But the sponge gets oddly wet, right? It's not really dry if it gets wet and absorbs. But what about, this is an idea. I've never thought about this before. Cocktail sponge? Cocktail sponge? Like a sponge where you, actually that's an idea, right? What if you dissolved one of your ingredients into a sponge and you add it to the cocktail, kind of like adding like bitters with a dasher? You just squeeze you squeeze the flavor component. That's an idea. Somewhere in a parallel universe, cotton bob candy pants. Ugh. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't like the idea, but like that wouldn't work underwater, but I guess cotton bob candy pants would have to be above water, otherwise the whole thing doesn't work, I guess. Absorbent and, was it mouth-watering and purple and stringy is he. Cotton bob candy pants. Anyways, there's one more cocktail that we have planned for this evening, and it is inspired by a boss that you meet in the game. My favorite boss. We'll move on to that. And the boss in particular is the boss known as Doopliss. Doopliss indeed. So I love Doopliss. I think Doopliss is a really, really cool character. I had an obsession with Doopliss since I was like a child. I don't know what it is. The character is really, really cool. Doopliss is a type of Duplighost, which is an enemy that appears in Paper Mario 1 and does not appear anywhere else in the game series except as Doopliss. It's very, very clear that Doopliss is a Duplighost, but Duplighosts don't appear anywhere else. So it seems to be like the final iteration. Doopliss is technically a Shadow Siren, which is one of the partners that you can get. Vivian, spoiler alert, is also a Shadow Siren. They are in service of the Shadow Queen. Doopliss has the ability to, much like his name implies, duplicate into other people. He can literally steal people's bodies for themselves. In the events of the game, Doopliss finds Mario, says, "Oh, you're the famous Mario, Slick. I'm gonna take your body," and then takes his body and his partners, only for Mario and Vivian, Mario as a shadow at this point, to go back and fight Doopliss later and obtain the Ruby Star, I believe it is. Doopliss, Doppelganger. I think it's really cool. And Doopliss is a little ghost. And I think Doopliss is cool too because Doopliss has his own little party hat, and it kind of looks a little something like this. Pikachu's been wearing it the whole time. I think this is beautiful. Literally a Doppelganger! And him stealing the letter so you can't... Oh, that's the best part too. In order to break the curse, you have to tell Doopliss what his name is. And even if you know what Doopliss's name is in the beginning, you can't type it in to the game because he stole the letter P from the keyboard, right? Stealing the letter. I think he stole the letter P, or it's an L. It's not an L, I think it's a P. He stole the letter P from the keyboard, so you have to go into his castle, the creepy Steeple, go to the bottom, and overhear a parrot share his name and find the missing P. And then go back and you can type it in, and he's just like, what? How'd you know my name? It's so funny. Stealing a P sounds even funnier. Exactly. So that's our Doopliss. This is our Doopliss cocktail. So the idea behind this one is Doopliss can be anybody. So if Doopliss can be anybody, if Doopliss can be anything, it felt almost right to take everything and put it into a cocktail. And the one bastard child of a cocktail that keeps popping into my life is a Long Island iced tea. And a Long Island iced tea has a ton of stuff in it. It's got some vodka, it's got some triple sec, it's got some tequila, it's got a bunch of different things in it, and some Coca-Cola and some lemon juice or some sour mix or whatever. And it just kind of like tastes like, it's like a lemony cola, like a sour-ish, like a balanced sour, not even sour really. It's just a drink. It's just a boozy drink. But I thought, can we make a Long Island iced tea, except it's not a Long Island iced tea. It's got the spirit of a Long Island iced tea because it's got a bunch of ingredients in it, but it looks like a ghost. And not to spoil the story, but we did it. And we did. Lorelai asked, does it even have tea in it? No. There was no tea in it. Actually, no, the Long Island iced tea doesn't even have tea in it. It doesn't. And you might think, well, that's kind of stupid. And to the critics, they're like, well, I'm sure there's something special about it. In my opinion, yeah, I think it is kind of stupid. It just kind of looks like iced tea. The whole adding cola to it just kind of makes it look like iced tea. This one does not look like iced tea. If it looked like iced tea, I would be terrified. We're gonna grab ourselves a tall glass, and I'm gonna bring the cocktail angle over, and we're gonna build this. It is just a built cocktail. We're gonna add all ingredients over a little bit of ice. And it's good, and it's good, and it's good, and it's great, and it's wonderful. Let's pop over the cocktail kangle. The kingly kangle. Up here, let me put you out over here. There, hello. Are you center? That feels a little center. Great. Wonderful. Great. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a couple of ice cubes. We're gonna fill our glass with said ice cubes. Also, if you guys haven't heard the boss music, so I'm a video game nerd. I'm leaning into it. I love video game music, and the Doopliss theme is it's a banger. Oh my god, it goes like, actually, fucking, where's my kazoo? I don't know where my kazoo went. Kazoo. Oh no, I don't know where my kazoo went. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find my kazoo for a second. Where did the community kazoo go? The bar is still figuring itself out over here. Oh, I dropped a hat. Let me see if it's on my desk somewhere. Kazoo? Kazoo? Oh. Kazoo, kazoo, kazoo? Zuki? Zuki, Zuki? Zuki? Where'd I put that damn kazoo? In my party box? Hold on a second. Pass it in front of the camera. My party box is over here. Does it have my kazoo? Oh my god. I must have misplaced my kazoo. Oh my goodness. I'm very disappointed there. That's a slap on the wrist for Cameron. Not unless it's over here. Kazoo? Kazoo? Hello? Oh. No! I don't know where the community kazoo went. Well, that's something I'm gonna try to find. Unless it's on the floor. Oh. I am shooken. Absolutely shooken. I have bamboozled myself. Oh well, can't find the community kazoo. That's unfortunate. We got I think that was why colas are the color they were. Without food coloring, I think they were naturally more of a green, but folks were afraid that wasn't appetizing, so they dyed them with caramel color. What is that YouTube link that Kid Sandin just posted? Let me see that thing. Shooken, not stirred. You on kazoo? Oh my goodness. You on kazoo? Nah. Oh, kazoo time. But the song goes something like oh my god, it's so cool. I love it. Anyway, we're making a cocktail here. It's not a Long Island iced tea. It's not long, it's not island. It is iced, but it is not tea. So the first ingredient that we're going to add is some whipped cream vodka. I got a little bit of that down here somewhere. Specifically Pinnacle whipped vodka. You could also do just regular vodka. I used Pinnacle whipped because I found that with the particular flavors that we're getting into, it goes better with the whipped cream vodka, and you'll see why in a little bit. We'll need about 3/4 of an ounce of our... Actually, this is all equal parts. This is all equal parts, except for the last part. We'll get there. So we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce, or about 22 milliliters of our whipped cream vodka. Pour that over top. Most of the stuff is clear. This is not much of a show. Ice cube tea, says Kid. Clever. By the way, Kid Sandin, I just have to let you know, this is alcohol, and unless you are over the age of 21, I wouldn't recommend imbibing in any of this. Just figured I'd offer that, just as a disclaimer. White rum! We're gonna need some white rum! Red rum! White rum! Red rum! Rum rum! The rum rum! I've got a big old bottle of Bacardi for just the occasion! So let's add that. 3/4 of an ounce. Same thing as the first. Second verse, same as the first. 3/4 of an ounce, about 22 milliliters of our white rum. Add it. Drank. Great. Pop that back over here. Clean as you go. That's the rule. Next, we're gonna add silver tequila. It's just clear. It's just clear tequila. That's really all it is. Just clear tequila. That's all it is. Dude, what are these parties going on here? My goodness, the chat is absolutely hype right now over here on the Twitch side of things. Absolutely no shade to the YouTube side. It's a little quiet over there. That's fine. Y'all are just enjoying your time in a quiet fashion, and I totally respect that. That's how I previously used to spend my Wednesday nights. Quiet, chill, not unusual in any way. And now, we've got this going on. And next, we're gonna add some gin. About 3/4 of an ounce of your gin. 4th verse, same as the 2nd, 3rd, and 1st. Do I have 3/4 in here? Putting all the gin in there. Yeah, it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be, that gin's gonna be just fine. Into the thing, recycle. Actually, I like that bottle. I'm gonna save that bottle. Just kidding. It's a beef eater bottle. Next, after our gin, we're gonna add some triple sec. You may ask yourself, whipped cream, vodka, and triple sec? Yes. Hold on a moment. We're getting there. 3/4 of an ounce of that. We're almost at the top. Almost there. Almost there. Then what we're gonna add, oh my goodness, so many ingredients. Long Island iced teas are exactly like this too. We're gonna add a 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, fresh made simple syrup. Fresh from the kitchen with an X. I made it yesterday. 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Syrupy. Nice and syrupy and sweet and wonderful and lovely and great and magical, and we love it. Next, we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce, you guessed it, 3/4 of an ounce of white chocolate liqueur. Something a little bit different. Now, the drink right now just looks kind of clear. This doesn't look like a ghost at all. It just looks like some glass or whatever. And I don't mean the drugs. We're gonna add some white chocolate liqueur. I've got Godiva here. I think it's absolutely delicious. I don't know if I'll have enough because I am at the very ends of this bottle, but we'll see if I can squeeze 3/4 of an ounce out of it. And I totally can, so we're going for it. 3/4 of an ounce. All of a sudden, our specter takes form. And then for the rest of it, because we're really trying to conserve that color, take a look. Oh, okay. You're open for some reason. My almond milk is not fully closed. That's weird. Is that still good? Yeah, it's all right. We're gonna top it with, you can use whole milk, you can use any milk you want to. I chose almond milk. That's what we're going with. Now it's very white, very milky, very opaque. I don't know why this thing is, okay, it's sealed now. I don't know what was that with that. All right, coolio. And that is a Doopliss. That's a Doopliss. Oh, but we're not done yet, obviously. This doesn't really look like Doopliss. We have to make it look like Doopliss. How do we make it look like Doopliss? I'm glad you asked. As always, we got more papercraft stuff again. Yeah, we do. Let me bring my yoga block out. First, what we're gonna do, actually, we'll do the hard one first. We'll do the hard one first. So, Doopliss also wears a little party hat. I've got these convenient cutouts. By the way, I made all of this stuff. This is all by my own creation. I didn't steal this. And they will all be available. Eventually, when the blog goes up, they will be publicly available as well. When it is up, I will probably put links into the description of the VODs and whatnot. It's great. R.I.P. Flurrie, only one without paper because lips. Yeah, the lips. The lips. Let me grab my skizzies. I'm gonna cut out a little paper party hat. Tiny one. Tiny paper party hat. Say it with me now. Tiny paper party hat. Tiny paper party hat. Properly plaid party hats. That's the currency on Twitch, at least. To make me do things like consumption, or singing, or requesting cocktails, and all the other things. Really, all the fun is over here on Twitch. No shade to anywhere else. It's just, I've just been here the longest. There we go. A little divot. Little divot. Little divot, little divot. Great, we got it. Now, technically speaking, Doopliss also has these little tassels. These little black bars here. They're really, really annoying to get into, like, the actual top of the party hat, so I'm just not gonna do it this time. Put that thing in your mouth, says kid. Only if you ask me nicely. We'll get into this cocktail in just a second. I love that one. All right, so now that we have our little party hat, the simple way to put it together is we kind of curl it onto itself. Easily. Curl it on. There we go. I like to even them out at the bottom so that things are a little, I don't know if you can tell, but things are kind of flush there. There we go. See that? Focus on it, you silly camera. And then we're gonna take some tape. Yeah, I came fully prepared for papercraft today. Just gonna add some tape to it. A boop. Paper. Tape. There we go. Paper, tape on the inside. There we go. Little party hat. And then what we'll do is we want to add this to our glass. Is we're gonna find where it fits the glass and just put a couple little divots. You see right over there. There we go. A little party hat for Doopliss. Put that piece of the paper craft away, and just like we did for the black chest, I'm gonna cut out this face as well. And we got a little bow tie too, so I'm gonna take out my little, remember, if you're using an X-Acto knife, you must be careful. Thank goodness if it wasn't paper. Dude, this paper is great. Could you imagine if I was cutting like human flesh or something? That'd be wild. I'm gonna put Doopliss's eyes together first. There's a lot going on with this one. This might take a hot minute. And I got fresh X-Acto knives just for the case. All right, one eye is cut out. There we go. Do another eye. And then this one's funny. I'm gonna do funny thing afterwards. There we go. Another eye. I gotta cut out dude's mouth. That's how it be. You also technically don't have to use an X-Acto knife. You could probably cut this thing too, but not being patient today. Doopliss's curves on his mouth are undeniable. My goodness. Doopy, what that mouth do? Incredible. All right, come on down here. And down over here. Almost done with the mouth. Almost done. There we go. We'll pop that out. Pop it to mouth. Pop it to mouth. Final exam of night's drinks. Every technique but Flurries. We could give him cotton candy. You put cotton candy on him, right? This is the putting it all together part. All right, let me put his eyes on. Oh, here's the funny thing I was trying to do. Can't really tell, but you can kind of see my eyes through it. It's kind of, I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny. I was into it for a brief moment. All right, same thing as before. Put some things on him. Put his eyes on him. I don't remember which one was which. Yes, I do. Now I do. This one goes onto the right-hand side. Can we adhere? Oh, we have to get a little... Oh! Okay, it wants to. Great. Doopliss wants to stay on quite well, actually. That's fine by me. Push your eyes over a little bit. Great. Next one. That's the beauty of condensation. It does everything we want for us. Right? They're close enough together. Your eyes need to be a little closer together, my friend. Right? Great. Looking like a cat. Meow. And then we'll put his mouth on the bottom. You gonna stick? There we go. Hello, Doopliss. One more thing. Gotta put his bow on there. Nice clean cuts. He did have a pet burb. Meow Meow says, hello, nice to see you. We've missed you. Meow Meow, hello, how have you been? Oh, I've missed all y'all too. I've missed being back here at the bar. Things are going so much better than they were, I assure you of that. How have you been, Meow Meow? Things are a little bit different around here. Not sure if you heard. It's all about the video games now, but still just as many cocktails as before. Actually, there might be slightly less cocktail, but they're significantly more special than they were, I assure you of that. Because they're all by me. I'm an actual mixologist now, really. That's what this is really about. About me trying to live my dream of being a real mixologist. I'm a real mixologist, Dad. Parent. Mother. I don't know. I don't have internet parents. I just have real life parents. And I guess they'll suffice. They'll be fine. There we go. I'm almost done. I'm almost done cutting out the bow. Almost there. I'm using a yoga block as my cutting surface. Anybody can relate? This yoga block I actually stole from Anna once upon a time, and I've been using it for cocktail stuff ever since. And we put some better yoga blocks on our registry because she wants to use yoga blocks and she can't because I stole them all. I'm gonna make a wonderful husbando one day. Stealing yoga blocks from my partner. It'll be great. All I said, RIP the yoga blocks, seriously though. This one's tough because there's a bunch of like fine cuts to make. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Picking it up, picking it up, picking it up, picking it up. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Put that down on the ground. Put a bow on the dude. Hello there. Gonna rub some of the condensation onto the bow. Hello, little dude. Welcome to the world, Doopliss. Oh, other direction. There we go. There we go. Hi there. How does it taste, though? How does Doopy Whoopy taste? That's the real question. So honestly, if you want this to taste proper, you're probably gonna want to stir it around a little bit. You want to agitate things. Let me remove your hat for just a good moment there, sir. Fabulous, sir, as I mix up your brain a little bit. Give that a bit of a mix. We'll pop your hat back on there. How does Doopliss taste? It's actually really, really tasty. So it is essentially just a milky white chocolate boozy libation. It is very forward on the booze. It basically kind of tastes like the way that Pinnacle vodka tastes on its own, but enhanced. This is like, if you're looking for like a more balanced, in my opinion, like boozy Pinnacle that you can drink on your own, this is basically what you have. Now this has your whipped cream vodka in it. It's got your white rum. It's got a little bit of triple sec. It's got a little bit of silver tequila. It's got a bit of gin in it. It's got white chocolate liqueur. It's got some simple syrup in it, and it's been filled up with almond milk, at least in my case. It's tasty. It's got, I will say that this has a bit of a weird aftertaste, and I don't know exactly where that's coming from. I think it's from the Pinnacle vodka. I think if you did without the Pinnacle vodka, which is the way that I tested this originally, it tastes just fine. The Pinnacle just adds a little bit of extra to that. I think for the most part, previously, while it was a little more forward on those white chocolate notes, the Pinnacle like just added something a little bit extra. It's just kind of whipped creamy. It's almost like, you know, actually, this is reminding me of boozy gummy bears I had once upon a time. And then directly after, so it was a fraternity party, right? Boozy gummy bears. Take a whole handful, put them in your mouth. Delicious, sort of, kind of. And then add whipped cream. And that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of boozy whipped cream. Doopliss is good. Very, very good. So now, I'd like to take a picture of this guy. And we'll end things off. Oh, I love how his hat kind of looks like it's floating now because everything is different now. Great. I'll put you over here. Turn you a little bit toward the camera. Great. Meow saying, doing good. How am I? Things are great right now, Meow. Things are great. We got cocktails and stuff. We're back at the bar. I'm so happy about it. We're back on the airwaves. All right, let me take myself around to the other side and we'll play around with the lighting a little bit to give Doopliss the, let's see, the spotlight he so craves. Let me take him over here a little bit. I can see my logo looks really good. Let me try to see if I can give y'all a view of that. The way that kind of looks with the logo. Again, my boom arm only extends out this far, so it's not going to look perfect from your guys' angle. One of my personal goals is to match my experience with your experience, because I think things look really cool from my angle, and I'd much rather them also look cool from everybody else's angle. But get that straw out here. Oh, straw. Bucket. Hit him in the bucket. Alright, let me play around with these lights a little bit. Alexa, turn off all the lights.
Okay.
Do this from scratch. We'll do a nice pale glow on our face light over here. Pale glow. Pale glow. This pale glow. I want my decal on the back to light up again, so I'm gonna take ultraviolet. Give it a little bit, just enough that we can see things beginning to glow a little bit. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go, that's nice. Let me make it a little more. That's the kind of contrast I'm looking for. Great. Awesome. What was I saying? When it was dark with the orange glow, it was like he's watching us roam birds. Oh, that's great. I didn't even notice that was happening. Gosh, I wish I would have saw that. It's okay. We got it all. It's all taped. We're all alive. It's great. The eyes kind of look like they're glowing. Oh, excellent, kid. Excellent. Let me try to see if there's any benefit I can get from a backlight. Let me see how this looks from here. Doopliss is looking a little purple from my perspective. Let me see if I can up this light a little bit on my side. I don't even think I need a backlight. Oh, I need you to be a little whiter. Yeah, a little more white. A little bit brighter. Let's do 28, that's a little too bright. 28%. There we go. All right, let's see. Look at there, you spooky little boy. Honestly, the stars on his party hat are a little good too. Let me see if I can. See if I can get a top angle shot. Ooh, I'm gonna get a bottom angle shot. Can I get it from down below? Ooh! I'm sorry y'all can't see this. This looks really cool. I'll share it on the Discord, I promise. Well, my body does not like that bending angle. Oh my goodness. I'll put it on the Discord, I promise. It's cool looking! And I also want one more. I want that logo in the background to be a bit more prominent. right, I think we're good on that. Alexa, turn on the bar lights.
Okay.
Okay. Very, very good. All right, let's switch things around. Boop. We're back. What's everybody saying? I missed everybody. What are we saying, guys? Flyers and everybody else? What is this emote? Gengar! Spooky. Spooky, spooky, spooky. How often do you think the Roman Empire burning? Oh my goodness gracious, what a thought. With this evil face is easy. I thought X as Rome burns was a more common term than you indicated. X, watching as Rome burns, like X as Rome burns? Oh, hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Put you back over here. Hello, microphone. Welcome back. I do have a mild amount of Forgotten City on the brain. Dude, great. Is that a game? Forgotten City? Feels like it's a game. Anyways, y'all. Oh, actually, let me bring the cocktail angle back. We can have a final roll call of all of our players this evening, because that's the whole. Dude, I love Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Doors aesthetic because it's like a performance. It's on a stage. It's literally, the battles are all on a stage, and I freaking love that. That aesthetic is so, it's got theater energy, and I love it. So let's get a final view of our players this evening. This is our cocktail roundup. This is what I usually wind up doing at this part. For some reason, every time I click Control Numpad 5, the Flurrie tab opens up, and she just flashes me with her Rubenesqueness, and I'm not a fan of that. Let me see here. Okay, so our first player this evening was Paper Mario, a riff on a paper plane. A Paper Mario is made with 3/4 of an ounce, all equal parts, 3/4 of an ounce, 22 milliliters of Japanese whiskey, Aperol, Amaro Nonino, and lemon juice. We rinse the glass first with Fernet-Branca, creating a riff on the paper plane that contains all Italian ingredients, except for the lemon, as we learned earlier, and except for the Japanese whiskey, because Mario, an Italian plumber, was created by Nintendo, a Japanese game company, or hardware company. I don't really know what they started as originally, but this is a paper plane, garnished with, you guessed it, little Mario paper plane. And these things fly, by the way. They do. Observe. There he goes. Anna's right here, and she's gonna toss it back. Yo, toss it back. You're not gonna, like...
Oh, I'm supposed to fly it. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, it's a paper airplane. We don't crash it. Whoa, look at that. That was so cool. Oh my god, I'm passing it back. Here you go, Chad. Here you go. Woo!
It does not.
Yes, it does.
Straight.
No, it doesn't drive straight. Who drives straight when they're drinking alcohol? Seriously, dude. Do not drink and drive. Do not do it. It's very bad. I was not expecting to get that back. Great. Kid Standard says, classic Control Numpad 5. Classic. Started as a trading card company. Oh. They were a toy/game company at first, says Lorelei, because they made Hanafuda cards. Oh! My younger brother has a Hanafuda cards that are Mario. I think that's so cool. Our second contender this evening was the Black Chest, who is not looking very colorful now. The curse has faded just a little bit. It's technically the Curse of the Black Chest. It's the dude with the little face on it. This cocktail appears throughout the... This entity exists throughout the game to give Mario curses, transforming him into a variety of different things. Whether that be a little rolly ability, whether that be a little airplane abilities, or whether it be a sailboat or otherwise. I think a sailboat, and there's also paper thinness. And the little face comes out of the box, and it starts as a little crumpled piece of paper, and I love that vibe. I think that vibe is really cool. So the Black Chest is created by adding 4 ounces of freshly brewed black tea, which is about 118 milliliters, to a single ounce or 30 milliliters of lime juice, to a single ounce or 30 milliliters of honey syrup, and then you top that off with a half an ounce or about 15 milliliters of some dark Amaro. The dark Amaro that I use is a Philadelphia local Amaro called Vigo. It is bitter, earthy, leafy. And if you have other Amaros in your local area that are like that, you can sub that out for this. It also has a very nice dark color. It's a nice dark brown. That goes really well with this in particular. And what you'll do to the glass first, I completely forgot to mention, you will rinse the Paper Mario glass with Fernet-Branca. You will rinse your Black Chest glass with Absinthe. The recipe was inspired by the 4 heroes who sacrificed their lives and bodies for the curse to seal the Shadow Queen away 1,000 years ago. There were 4 heroes, and there were 4 main ingredients, all inspired by the different areas where they fell, gave up their bodies, and passed their crystal stars on, leaving a black chest behind filled with a curse. and I think that story is pretty cool. Take all these papers and put them away. Kid says, drink roll call. It's exactly what we do. We've always got to remind ourselves where we've been. The next contestant, she looks a lot different now than she did previously, was Madame Flurrie. Madame Flurrie is a wind spirit who becomes one of your partners in Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. She's a bit of a performer. She is Rubenesque. She looks like a purple cloud with big lips and hair that kind of looks like the Koopaling Ludwig. And her face kind of looks like the Koopaling, I don't remember what the girl's name is, but some can be convinced that somebody got ideas and the love child happened to be that and a wind spirit. Madame Flurrie looks like cotton candy. She blows out wind and mint is very airy, and her name is Madame Flurrie. So that feels kind of royal to me. If you put all those things together, you have a cocktail that is made with a single ounce of cotton candy vodka. Take cotton candy, put it into vodka. 1 ounce, 30 milliliters, add that to a glass with a little bit of ice. Then add a quarter of an ounce, or about 7 milliliters of creme de menthe or some other mint liqueur. Creme de menthe is a little bit sweeter, it works out nicely there. And then you top that off with about anywhere between 4 to 5 ounces, like 118 to like 140-ish milliliters of champagne or Prosecco. I use the Prosecco in my case, and I found that those citrusy notes pair really, really well against those minty and very, very sweet cotton candy notes. Very, very tasty. And afterwards, you garnish that with a cotton candy tuft, and if you have a little big old set of lips, you can pop that on there as well, but that's not a requirement. And when you're done, you can take the cotton candy and push it back into the cocktail and make it even sweeter. That's just an option. I did that option, and I thought it was pretty damn good. Drink roll call with Cam emotes. Oh, nice. I see that now. Oh, I see it, Mario. Purple drink. Whatever the hell that monstrosity is. And the dark cocktail, the Doopliss. I like that. Very smart there, kid. Lorelai says she's got a hurricane in the back of her throat, but she thinks she's made of candy. And that's what I like in a woman. Hurricane and candy, I guess. And then our final contender of the evening was Doopliss, the Doopla Ghost, the boss in the game that guards a party hat, GK, that guards the ruby star in the creepy steeple in chapter 4 or 3. I think it's chapter 4 or 5, I believe. Doopliss is known for having the power to steal people's bodies away from them and transform into anybody. In the events of the game, Doopliss's spell can only be broken if you know his name, kind of like Rumpelstiltskin, but he steals the letter P, I believe, from the keyboard so that you can't guess it properly. He takes away Mario's body, turning him into a shadow where he gets kind of swept up in the arms of Vivian, another partner later on, to defeat Doopliss, take back his body, and take control of the Ruby Star, all while not having access to any of his party members. Doopliss, being a Doopla Ghost, can transform into any body, so the inspiration for this cocktail came from him transforming into any body. Why not we add everything to the cocktail? So the base recipe of this is basically a Long Island iced tea. Take out the lemon juice, take out the Coca-Cola, replace it with a little bit of Pinnacle whipped vodka. I'll cover the whole recipe in just a hot second. But you take Pinnacle whipped vodka, whipped cream vodka, add some white chocolate liqueur, and then top the rest off with either whole milk or almond milk or whatever milk substitute you have of your choosing. To create Doopliss, you have to combine more or less in equal parts everything except for the milk in the end, and all of those equal parts happen to be whipped cream vodka or regular vodka if you don't have access to that, white rum, silver tequila, gin, triple sec, simple syrup, and some white chocolate liqueur. The white chocolate liqueur that I used was Godiva, and Godiva is to die for. To die for? Which one is my favorite? I'm gonna go back through and taste all of these. So the first, actually, I made these cocktails in this order. So I created the Paper Mario about a week or two ago. The black chest was perfected later last week. And then Flurrie and Doopliss kind of came up as a kind of last things that were pretty easy. Gotta pick the winner before we wrap things up. That's a very good point there. So the Paper Plane, I love bitter drinks. I'm a big fan of a Negroni that uses Campari, sweet vermouth, and gin. A Paper Plane is something that I've made a couple of times for myself, and I had never done it in a way that I really appreciated, but I had a Paper Plane one time at a bar in an airport, and it was really, really good. And it was, the thing that I was missing was that balance between the sourness of the lemon juice and the sweetness of the Aperol, because I made my first Paper Plane with Campari, and there was not enough balance there. I would say that it's got a nice bitterness to it, but it's not quite my favorite. I was proud of it. I liked it, but I'm gonna move on to something else. Flurrie is a bit too sweet for me. I really like the way Flurrie tastes, but presentation's a little off for me, and it's a bit too sweet. Doopliss, I loved it yesterday when I perfected it. And I was like, oh my god, it's the best Long Island thing I've ever had. But tasting it today, I was like, all right, there's a little something weird there. So final contestant, I think what I really a fan of the Black Chest. I had never had a cocktail that properly utilizes tea, either green tea, black tea, or otherwise, that like melded in such a way that it was appreciable. It has that balance between the sour and the sweet, kind of like the Paper Mario does, but it's got that bitter backbone that I also appreciate, but it's not in your face at all. It's not like it defines the drink. It accents the drink. Plus, I think the decal on this guy looks pretty cool. And it's kind of discoloring a little bit, but like, I like that guy. Now, granted, I added some charcoal powder to this to make it even more dark. You don't need to do that. It just makes it a little bit drier. It doesn't really change the flavor at all, and it starts to settle at the bottom and look kind of weird. Lorelei says, it's interesting how Flurrie's color looks darker than the Black Chest. Yeah, from this angle, the lighting here does not lend itself super duper well to the way the cocktails look. Again, one of the things that I'd like to be able to get a little bit better on is how to match your experience with my experience, and that's probably gonna, that's an ongoing project. But we try to get, the show evolves, constantly evolving every time. Take a little sip of that drink, says Consumes from Kid. I'm drinking some water. Finish off that water from the evening. That's everything that I have for you beautiful, beautiful folks. Man, woman, in between, beyond. Thank you all very much. Oh, and we get to work our body too. I don't remember what an LED one flexion is. Anna! Anna!
What?
What's an LED one flexion?
LED one flexion is PNF.
I don't know what a PNF is.
I forget what it means too.
I don't remember what an LED one flexion is. Those are randomly generated, by the way, from a list of like 10.
Flex.
Oh, okay.
Bring the leg like
Flex.
across as if you're gonna play hacky
Flex, as if you're playing hacky sack. Here comes the cocktail angle. Take a look at this. This is what you asked for. PNF. PNF. Look, I'm gonna show you my pants. I actually do wear pants on this stream, I promise you that. Look, this, like this. This. These are my LED one flexions. And you can see the really low frame rate of this camera. I'm trying to figure out why it's acting this way. The can delay is just terrible, I hate it. Whatever. Thank you for that, Lorelei. I'm half sorry. No. Do not apologize. For the person that stands before you must exercise more. I've gotten into a nice workout routine though. I will say that very much. Works very well. All right. Enough of that stuff. Oh goodness.
What? You want more workouts? I could just like go click a button.
No, I want to end the stream. We've got Thanksgiving in the morning. I'm gonna be running like basically a 5K in the morning.
Yeah, we are.
It'll be fine. All right, everybody. Thank you all very much for coming to the bar with an X and joining me for Paper Mario Cocktails. You will be able to find us on Twitch and YouTube next Monday, this coming Monday, at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. The game itself, the actual game. We will be playing the actual game. Until we get to that point, that's fine. Oh, why is the thing, my border is missing again?
What border?
My border just winds up missing. I don't know why that disappears randomly. Probably an optimization or whatever. It's back now. It's fine. This is the end of the cocktail stream, everybody. It's been a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and it was a pleasure being your bartender this evening. I look forward to the next time that we're here behind the bar, showcasing more love for Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door for other cocktail creations. I will say this. Most of the cocktails that you see here are more or less of my own creation. I'm not a person that works alone. The contributions of the people who came before me actively inspire the stuff that I work on a daily basis. If you have ideas, suggestions, and whatnot, I encourage you, if you'd like to feel free to send me a DM. Tag me on Twitter or something, on Instagram, join our Discord and join in the conversation of the community of our creation. I have no preference. I would love your input. I might not necessarily abide by it, But everybody's got their opinions, and who am I to say that you can't share yours? That's the thing that I like to take pride in around here. Welcome back, says Kid. Thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for the stream. Hope your thanks is a good one. And to everybody else out there celebrating Thanksgiving, if you are, happy Turkey Day. I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope that there is many thanks to give around. And until then, y'all, may you have a wonderful rest of your night. May you have a wonderful rest of your evening. If it's the time zone where you are grants you the sun and it is shining where you are, may you have a wonderful rest of your morning, noon, afternoon, or otherwise. No matter what time zone you're in, the party continues next time, y'all. I appreciate you greatly. But until then, y'all, until next time, bye.